If you want to make the swap from halogen to LED for the benefits in both performance and appearance, these Alpharex MK2 Lux Series 2500 style LED projector headlights with the black housing and clear lens will be a great option for your 2019 and newer Ram 1500 that currently has the factory halogen headlights. Now the factory halogen headlights are okay, but they don't look the most stylish and they aren't as bright as an LED, making this set here tailored to the Ram owner looking to gain some more modern styling and a better view of the road at night, especially if you're currently struggling or you're in a more remote area where you need all of the light possible for your truck. Now, will also be a more premium choice for headlights if you want a cleanly styled and well-built set of lights that's going to last in tough conditions and keep the front end of your truck looking good for years to come. This set will have the benefit of being fully LED from the accent light, daytime running lights, turn signal, and driving lights. Now the LEDs will have a high output being noticeable and bright for you as the driver, and the high and low beam paired with the projector lenses in this set will enhance that light, creating a consistent and very full beam pattern for better visibility no matter where you're driving. The DRLs will also border the top and bottom and hook on the inner corner to add some personality, but the lighting itself will make these look much more modern compared to the factory halogen lights. Now the DRL will also switch up to an amber for the turn signal that features a sequencing for a premium feel. They'll integrate a startup sequence for whenever you start your truck, and you can choose to keep the amber on all the time as the DRL as well if you do want more of an off-road inspired style. Now speaking of styling, not only will the DRL offer some personality, but the black housing and chrome accents around the projectors will also add to the look and offer a stylish touch to the headlight overall. Now these will have a black polypropylene housing which will be heat and moisture resistant, molded to factory spec for a direct bolt-in construction, and the inner black housing will add a deeper and darker look to the front to complement any other dark accessories or accents on your truck. The lens will be made of a tough polycarbonate construction, being lightly impact resistant, so you're not going to have to worry about debris on road or branches off-road coming in contact with the lens, and the lens will feature an anti-fog and anti-yellowing coating to protect from oxidation and wear over time. The headlights are also fully adjustable. They come with breathers on the back to allow proper ventilation to avoid any condensation. They're DOT and SAE certified, so you don't have to worry about that there. And the best part of all is that these are going to be completely plug and play for a direct bolt-in install. As I mentioned, these are going to be a more premium choice at about $1,200, but you do get what you pay for within the construction and the features of this set. Now these will have a fully LED build compared to a hybrid or a halogen construction that may not give you as striking performance as you want for your Ram, and these offer a lot of individual features with the DRLs, which other more cost-effective choices may not bring to the table. These also have a quality build, especially with the extra protective layers on the lens and the plug-and-play construction, keeping it very simple and durable so you can enjoy these on your truck without having to worry. So if you have the couple extra bucks to splurge on a set of headlights, you want to invest in quality lighting for your Ram, this is going to be a great choice to consider. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and it's probably going to take you about an hour or so to complete it. Now at this point, we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get these installed on your Ram at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's jump into the install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a clip remover tool, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 10mm ratcheting wrench, 8 and 10mm sockets, and a T20 torch socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of headlights on our Ram. First we're going to watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory headlights, and I'll meet you right back here for the install.
So for this install, you're going to need to pop your hood, remove your upper rad cover, the grill, and some of the surrounding trim. It's a pretty simple process. I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. So let's get started. So we're going to start by removing our upper rad cover. There's a bunch of plastic clips that need to be removed, so I'm going to use my plastic clip removal tool and pop the heads of them open. And then once I get those all removed, I can pull the panel off. And we're gonna pull this panel right off. The next piece we need to remove is the headlight trim and grille trim here on the top of the vehicle. So now that I have the liner pulled back, I've exposed this 10mm bolt here inside the wheel well liner, and I'm going to use my 10mm on a ratchet and just pull that out. Now I'll just repeat this process on the other side. Next, I'm going to need to remove my grill. There are 3 10mm bolts at the bottom of either side of the grill, and there are 4 across the top. I'll just use my 10mm socket on my small impact gun, remove all of those screws, and pull the grill off. So now that I have my grill removed, I can go ahead and start unbolting and unhooking my headlights. I have a clip here at the top as well as a 10mm bolt, and then I have a 10mm bolt here on the side from the fender, and I'll just use my 10mm socket and my clip tool and pull those out, and then I can unhook my headlights. It's a little hard to see, but I'm just going to unplug my headlight connectors from the back. Just push down on the tabs to release them, and then you can pull the headlight out.
So now that we have our stock headlights removed, we need to transfer over this lower cover from our stock one to our new one. We have 5 T20 Torx bolts that we're going to be swapping out. So I've got my T20 Torx socket ready to go. So now we're going to start with the 2 on the front side here. And then rotate it around to get the one on the other side. And then lean it back and you'll see the 3 on the bottom. And then you can just lift this up off your headlight and we'll transfer it over to the new one. So now we have these two little posts that these cutouts are going to slide over. So just line that up and lay it down. And then I'm going to start with these bottom three. And then we'll get those two on the outside. And now do that same thing for your other headlight. Now before we install our new headlights, you're gonna have to decide whether you want white or amber daytime running lights. Now the way you're gonna change that is by coming to this cover here on the bottom of the headlight. Remove these 4 Phillips head screws. And then with those screws removed, you can pull out this wiring. Now we have 2 sets of connectors with green wires. They're going to be unplugged from the factory. If these are unplugged, then you have white daytime running lights. And if you want the ambers, then you're just going to connect these two and these two together, just like that. That's going to make an amber daytime running light. Now for our purposes, we're going to stick with the white. So I'm just going to release these 2 connectors. Tuck my wiring back in and reinstall my cover. Now, like I said, these come disconnected with white daytime running lights from the factory. So if you did make the switch to amber, just make sure you do the same thing for the other headlight. So now we just need to plug our main connector for our headlight into the back of our new headlight. Press it in until you hear that click, and then you can slide this into place. So now we can thread in our top bolt as well as our side bolt. And then just get your headlight lined up in place and take a 10mm socket to tighten those down. And then do that same thing on the other side. Next we can line up our grill and press it into place. Now we can thread in those 4 bolts at the top of the grill. And then grab your 10mm socket and tighten them all down. Next we can slide our upper trim piece into place. And then thread in all of those bolts at the top. And then grab your 10mm socket and tighten all of those down. And now we can lay our radiator cover back into place. And then reinstall all of your push clips. So now we can come down to the lower corner of our grill and reinstall these 3 bolts. The 2 longer ones are going to be on the 2 inside holes. And then your shorter one's going to be in that outside hole. And then grab a 10mm socket and tighten it all down. Now with all of your bolts installed, you can reinstall your plastic cover. Next, we can come back to our wheel well. We have the bolt that goes from our fender down and into this little corner piece. You're gonna thread that in and then just get a 10mm ratcheting wrench behind the fender liner here. Now this bolt has gone missing on our truck, so I don't have one to put back in, but just throw that through that hole and then 10mm ratcheting wrench, tighten it down. And then you can slide your fender liner back into place. And then reinstall your 3 screws. And now grab your 8mm socket and tighten those down. And then repeat that same process on the other side.
So that's gonna wrap it up for my review and the install of the AlphaRex MK2 Lux Series 2500 style LED projector headlights with the black housing and clear lens, fitting all 2019 and newer Ram 1500s with the factory halogen headlights. And you can find this set right here at AmericanTrucks.com.